first episode of P2 Esports with the League of Legends brand or the League of Legends series. This is where I'm basically just kind of rant over what's happened in recent league history in terms of what's been happening in NA and EU as much as I can keep up with both because it's just me and I have a lot of shit to do. Um, Hopefully, we'll be having guests on. I've got some friends I know that would really like have fun doing this. But life is very complicated. We have full-time jobs as well, and we're gonna have to just sort of figure it all out as we go. Um, so that's the show. There are other pieces I'm gonna try to do between Overwatch and with maybe Smash, just because I've started watching a lot of those tournament videos. Um, but here we're just going to focus on League. We'll see how easily, how palatable Overwatch League is, and if I have time for watching so much and giving decent opinions on everything. So, with that, let's go ahead and jump on into with how NA went this past week. So let's jump on to there. So, to start on out, the Evil Geniuses versus CLG match. Um, that was kind of its own surprise, and kind of I think everyone knew that CLG was in the goddamn dumps, and they were absolute trash. Thank you, producer. Um, my sort of call I had for them was, oh wait, there we go. So my sort of note for CLG is that they finally got a win, but even in that match against Evil Geniuses, they still almost bollocksed it because they have Ruin, and as we all sort of remember, Ruin is chilling out on Soraka, and somewhere later on in the match, almost dies Tribush 1v1 with Kumo's set. And it's kind of scary that he's about to die just like clearing a ward or trying to put a ward there in Tribush and almost gets solo killed out when your job as Soraka's literally just clear wave, get your gold, and heal everyone up. So like CLG finally got their win, but it still does not breed confidence for CLG just because their top lane is such a liability. What else? And Evil Geniuses is sort of... Did they fall apart on that, or just Soraka was too strong, I think, on that one? I think Soraka was just too strong, because Ruin actually could play a good backline role. Um, TL begins their horrible fall into the... Where, what did they actually... Oh, how did TL go this week? Yeah, TL had a 2-0, had a 0-2 week. I'm just going down through the schedule on this one because I have notes and stuff, but the organization is kind of shit. This is their slump week, and it's... Oh, jeez. Love getting baited by Doublelift on how much he hates Senna, and then he plays her twice in a row, and there's contradictory like reports on how much he loves the character or some shit like that. So like even the broadcast is fucking around on just saying like Doublelift blink twice if they're making you play Senna. So like it's just a dog week, and they are ruining their chances of even trying to win because they're just letting Shermfire play brain dead. And I don't. It's a weird thing to see a team act like they're trying to win when their visa issue is just brought in Broxa, like literally the day before they play. So like they've had Broxa for almost a week as of this recording, and they can't even like they're acting like they're trying to win, like seriously. And it's you have your academy player in, and you're just having him do nothing but farm. Like there was no real plays from Churnfire. Maybe this past weekend there might have been one, but all they'd done up to this point was just had Churnfire not feed and not play to any real lane, obviously, and just farm the low experience jungle that's dog right now. So when Doublelift isn't given a carry that he actually wants to play, like Aphelios, or he's not allowed to get it, um, and they're not having the jungle actually play to the bot, which was what made them strong like the past like 2 years basically. Like, cause like double is like Jensen's just never like they can play through Jensen. You'd think they can play through Jensen, but Doublelift has been predominantly like their main playthrough. He's their big carry. Impact is just solid, so he gets to just be the Dyrus of this age and just live on an island and absorb so much fucking pressure. But it's kind of it's kind of weird when Doublelift puts out a "this is a wake up call" tweet when they go 0-2. It's like, well, yeah, I think like this is a sign. Maybe if we go like a while away and Broxa like shows up and like TL starts stomping everyone left and right. They just go undefeated and even trounce Cloud9. But I really think TL's like either been downgraded hard or the rest of the league is actually upgrading because there's like everything's just kind of gone back and forth. Like everyone won or lost this week except for C9 and TSM. Um, I think we can touch C9 really, really quickly. Um, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh no. Before we leave TL, actually, I just caught a note. Um, Doublelift may hate Senna, but that doesn't excuse in the 100 Thieves match his inability to fucking click buttons that are global. There are so many little places. There was a cross map death on bot lane, and he couldn't land the. He was like a second behind on landing the R that might have saved. Might have been Impact or someone from the dive. Like there were several points where it was just misexecution out of Doublelift. So it's like you're more than welcome to call Senna a dog champion by like what you want to play, but when you're being dog too, it's just dog squared, and you should just like figure your fucking life out, dude. Because that was just so it was so bad. Because like you're kind of I was watching it going. I was watching it going like, oh, they're making him play it because it's good, and they're following EU on this, but then he just fucks up. Like he just straight just has a dog shit couple of misplays, and 100 Thieves just runs their asses over. Um, so I just wanted to throw that piece in. C9, they're just unstoppable. Like I barely fucking watch their shit. Who do they play anyway? Who do they play? They have FlyQuest, and I don't care about FlyQuest. I actually really don't care about FlyQuest. I have to try to care about FlyQuest. Like, Power of Evil and Viper are the only things that are drawing me to FlyQuest, and even then, like, it's one of those weird. My relationship with FlyQuest is that I find Wild Turtle adorable, but like he shouldn't be playing competitively anymore. In like my mind, like whether he's competitively viable, I'm not evaluating that. It's just I'm not interested in his narrative because there's none anymore. There's no narrative with him anymore. Oh, and yeah, so FlyQuest and TL are the ones that actually go. Is it Golden Guardian? No, wait. Oh wait, that was it was this week. It was this week, wasn't it? Yes, 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 on Monday. Oh, that was so great. Okay, we'll get to that. Actually, we kind of got to that because TL just is so dog shit that GG fucks him up on Monday. And GG was good. Like they actually held that together. Okay, so C9 still runs train, and if I remember, yeah, I'm remembering the FlyQuest match now more. FlyQuest had no chance. Like it was some level of macro execution out of C9 that it just felt so interactive. It felt like Korea versus NA a couple years ago, where you're just watching Korea just do all their map control and everything, and there's nothing the NA team can do, and there's nothing FlyQuest could do. Like there was no fucking play. Like we can pull what will the stats play on this by like the end of it. Oh, get through the ad, you stupid bitch. Was it a low kill game by the end of it? What was the ending scoreline? Yeah, Licorice 3-0. Like, it was such a dog match. Or just a dog matchup, because C9's is so on fire, it's not even worth really analyzing, unless you're really going to break down every piece of how they play. Who's on the Kiana? Yeah, I barely kept track of this. Oh, Niski's on Kiana, so, like, we had a full Kiana week, but C9's this running train. They have the best fucking play on this. Jet did a really good breakdown on JLXP with Prawley on breaking down the sitting mid area, but like identifying Niski is just showing himself to be one of the best, if not the best, mid laner this season because of just his sense of timing and roaming and doing kind of what he did last season of just giving up CS to go for the roam, and they just have like this innate timing down, like they just get it, and so it makes it really curious how MSI is going to look, or even how Rift Rivals is going to look, because it feels like every team is upgraded this year, but it's kind of hard to also say that when everyone had a won and a loss this week, and our best team is just eating. So C9's unstoppable. Don't care. Could break it down, but I think the visa thing fucked up the first 2 weeks of the LCS, and C9 gets to look overpowered, and I think they are actually OP. It's just that it gets to show off even more and even harder. So I think going into this weekend, actually, C9 will actually get a proper challenge. Yeah, and they'll have TSM, so it's going to be number 1, number 2 Saturday. And so that'll be pretty bomb, I think. So we'll get to predictions later, though. So that's C9. Next one down on the list, because I'm going to go by the list, even though TSM's at the top. So Dignitas, they were on the same level of couldn't even do anything against C9. I don't even want to like look at that, but they were just dogged out. I'm very happy to see like Aframu doing well and Johnson doing well. But Dig got to beat. They beat TL. I wish I had better notes on this. Game start. So what is this? Don't care about that. This is Senna on double lift. It's not the 100 Thieves one, but he still might have been mis-executing. I mean, the comp was very simple. Huni with Gangplank. Where is it? Yeah. Like, the setup's pretty straightforward and easy, but somewhere along the lines, like, it just got absolutely fucked. This is not good analysis. I'm not promising good analysis on this first episode, so... It's kind of where they just got outmaneuvered. Yeah. Take better notes next time. So. But yeah. They couldn't even... They ran a Kennen. Yeah, they ran the Kennen against C9. And Kennen's like this new counter that they're trying to throw in against, I believe, Set. And it doesn't work. I just don't think that works at all. I'm never a fan of Kennen, unless Kennen wins real hard like 5% of the time, unless like you have really good execution, like Korea execution, and it just doesn't fucking work. I've never been a fan on it. Like when Hanser was on it historically, because I've been a fan of Hanser since his TSM days. I just never think it works out well. Like they just don't proactively play an early mid game, and you don't get to take advantage of the base damage and the slight AP, that's going on there, and so it just gets so misplayed and just gets so bollocksed. Let's see. What was that? Cloud9 Dig. What was the setup there? Can we go in match and get everything? Yeah, I want end of match everything. Yeah, there's the record. So, what was the big breakpoint there? Oh, Blabber becomes a monster. Niski doesn't miss a damn thing. So it wasn't that one. I think, which match was that with Dig? Was that against TSM? Where is this? They lost against Cloud9. They lost against TSM. Oh, is this where... Oh, I bet this is it. Is this what I think it is? Is where Broken Blade's on Irelia. They bollocks the dive, because Dardoch is on Set. They do the flex on it. Pull Set into the jungle, which actually works. And they kind of just run them. I can't remember if there's any fuck-ups on this. There's the fucked up dive. But otherwise, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deaths. on the side of TSM, and Bjergsen like 6-0. So like kind of ran over. And I think this is where like they really kind of started coming into their own. Like TSM came into their own. So yeah. But Dig trying to run, was that it? Yeah, Dig trying to run that cannon. It's not going to play out because it's also, I think they drafted the cannon for the set, and then the Irelia gets to jump in, and while it's still a melee versus range matchup, the gap closer, the much more superior gap closer that Irelia has to set, just plays it out so much better. They just got outdrafted on that, and kind of blown up. I wish I had better pieces for that. So next up, I think I ran over this already with CLG. They finally get their win. They don't go 2-0 though. Yeah, Immortals beat them on Monday. So like, CLG does finally get their first win, but they get masterminded on Monday. Was that what what was which Evo Geniuses one was that? Monday. What was the comp on that one? No. Oh, Ruin back on something. Crown goes mid, Rumble, and they can't do anything. Like, there's just no carry. So we can look at this. Let me get rid of that crap. So we can just look at this matchup here, or at least how this setup is. They have the Ruin versus Soaz. That's just neutralized out with the Ornn and the Aatrox. Wiggly and Xmithy. Like, this is such a non-interactive game. But it just scales. Like, how long did this game even go? We're like plus 38 minutes. The Baron. Oh, what was that Baron play? Crown's looking for the flank. And they're trying to just bait the Baron in. Nothing happened yet. Is Crown still... Crown's not caught yet. Comes in with the flank. They blow up Hakuho. Wait. Oh, yes! They get the back door? Soaz gets burned down. And Immortals just backdoors it. Yeah, just an easy backdoor piece. Like, just... Oh, that's so genius. Because the rest of this... What was the setup there before that? Like, their gold difference is like 4,000 up on CLG. So, like, CLG actually had a really good week. They should have won, but they just got punked at the end there. They just got punked. So, like, big brain stuff out of Immortals, but... I mean, it's kind of what you get when you get... Xmithy. And I think that's like where TL is really struggling, because they just don't have they don't have Xmithy brain anymore. And I think Immortal's going to play really well on this, because now they're finally integrating. And I think they also discovered like the ultimate Senna counter of just get the thickest boy in the game with Cho'Gath and just walk at him. Like, that was just the most hilarious thing to me on their match against, was that against Doublelift, I think? Oh, I can't even remember matchups. Where are you? CLG backdoor. No, 100 Thieves. Oh, I hated this match. If this is what I think it is. This is where Medius is on Gragas. And he forces everything. He forces every play. It is. Oh, Medius kind of threw this one. He kind of walked it down. He's just over-aggressive the whole fucking match. Soaz gets so thick that, like, no Orianna or Senna's going to be able to get through him. He's just going to be too big. And... like, because Senna just can't do any attack speed. Like, she just can't do it. Like, you're done there. You're just done. So, like, props to Immortals, actually, having... Do they also have a 2-0 week? I need... Yeah, they beat CLG and they beat 100 Thieves, so... Immortals also getting 2-0 week like TSM, so, like... Immortals looking good in terms of just their brain game, because that... that Cho'Gath draft, like, shout out to Europe and Vizicachi from Worlds, but like it's just such a good idea, especially if you can just get him so big that nothing's really gonna break through that. So, all right, now down to Golden Guardians, and Golden Guardians had a really strong week. Like they almost got TSM. Like the thing, like, and this actually is really good narrative actually for Golden Glue. This is the first time I can actually take a hype on Golden Glue narrative seriously, and no one's taking it. And I think it's just because everyone just looks at Golden Guardians and they've just been this dog shit team since like day one, even though they have Golden State Warriors fucking money on the back pocket. But like Golden Glue is doing good stuff. He's almost carrying this between his Zoe play or whatnot. Like he's getting there. So we're gonna get caught out there bot lane, but like Golden Glue is doing good shit. And they almost had TSM. Like that match with TSM was close. That was not some run your ass over shit. Which match was it that TSM had the Kiana and just was destroying lives? Okay, so it was the Golden. Okay, yeah, because it was Hanser. Yeah, yeah. So like, you may want to jump all over the part where like Broken Blade makes Hanser his bitch and just solo kills like everyone. But like that match changes drastically if they get the Mountain Soul, or if there's like just a slight little more of outplay from Golden Guardians. Like it was a good match. It was tight, like front to back, and it was just so like Broken Blade's the best top laner in the fucking league. But like that was close. And then they beat TL. And they beat TL pretty, if I remember correctly, pretty convincingly. How does that TL match even look again? Because that was embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. But like Jensen, yeah, this is where we have Jensen on Rumble, Double Lift on Senna, and Impact on Kennen with like a J4, and Corja J on the Galio for like peel and proactivity with the Jarvan and the Kennen. But it just doesn't play out. Like it never actually materializes. What was the big game-winning play here? Oh yeah, Hanser. Is this where Hanser goes monstrous? Yeah, Hanser ends the game like 5-0 and 2. Like he carries so many of these fights. Yeah, it's coming back a bit. Hanser carries this fucking match actually. Like he gets digged on so hard by Broken Blade, he just raises him. He's like, I'm gonna get my Atrix, play it out, and just run TL over. Like I'm gonna make Impact my bitch, because he just finishes off so many people. What was the 13 minutes in? Where does he start going ham? 20 minutes in, nothing. 24, they get Baron. And they have the gold lead. Yeah, they have the gold lead at 24 minutes in. And then I think it just starts running team fights. Bot lane team fight. Oh, yeah, Closer is still smurfing. I just clicked over and remembered that Closer is still a monster. And I think Golden Gardens is finally catching up to it. Like like it's great to see everyone starting to synergize, because Close is just showing, especially with his Lee Sin, when he just sends Double Lift to his fucking death, and Gold Glue is just like paddled, done, down. And it's just Golden Gardens is, I think, a sleeper. It's just, oh goodness. And don't they have? Yeah, they have Keith. Okay, I want to make this prediction. Keith, I know this is not even a fucking like. It's not even MVP. No, it's like the most improved player kind of bullshit. But I think like Keith will be the most improved player by like the end of the split, mostly because like last week he was the most. He just fed so hard, and this week it's just a whole nother monster with his Thresh, and just what was it, that early bot lane outplay, and just like bodied. Yeah, he just kills Double Lift. Just, you know what, we're gonna fuck, like, yeah, the minion disappears, lands the hook, like, go the fuck on in, gets the kill, ignite, just, I think Keith's gonna be about it. It's just, nah, he's already died on Senna. Yeah, they go hard they go hard there. No, does that play? Yes, yes, there, right. And hooked. And they just go on in. He just flashes forward and just bodies him and gets the first blood. Unfortunately, like, bad support, but I think Keith's gonna, like, really go ham or feed his brains out. Like, I'm really excited to actually see if he actually improves hard enough to be taken seriously. But there's just so much for him to learn for, like, doing a good support. Just so much. So it's like, it's really questionable, and I think TL's like in their lowest point in like 3 years, but I think they also are like, I'm waiting to see if Caladine has this issue in the short term, but TL has this unfortunate thing where like their biggest hurdle they only get like one chance a year, and like I think I need to make this I need to like bring a whole big thing about how I don't think Double Lift's natural mindset will ever get him out of groups at Worlds. And another one for like Bjergsen for he should have left TSM, but that's another thing for another time. So I'm really positive on Golden Glue and Golden Guardians, at least after that showing against Team Liquid. I think Team Liquid is in the dumpster, but it takes, you know, you have to be able to grab hold of it. Keith lands outplays and just outlanes Doublelift, who's usually monstrous with it. And the Galio pick, I don't know if it's a good idea, because it just doesn't, it was a Tom Kinch banned. Not banned. Not banned. Yeah, Tom Kinch wasn't banned. So I don't... Yeah. And Cordier has a really good history of Tom Kinch. So... Not sure about that one. Not sure about that one. I'd share more of what I'm looking at, but I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for any of it. So you're going to have to deal with just my face and these graphics that I worked really hard on. Well, I worked really hard on the research. So, FlyQuest, don't care. Power of Evil and Viper, like, do it the best you can with what you got. But, like, I think, what was it? Good news is JJ's doing well, but I don't think they had a good previous week either. Yeah, they went 0-2. They're just, ugh. What was it? Dignitas. Oh, wait, what? Oh, no, they beat Dignitas the week before. What am I looking at? I'm confusing myself. Evil Geniuses run them over. And then they lose to C9. So, like, was the Evil Geniuses one even, like, a chance? How did this one play out? Oh. Okay. I remember this now. And I wanted to bring this... I should have wanted to bring this up. Actually, no, I have this up for the next point. I'll run this in together with the Evil Geniuses. EG's finally evil? Maybe? I don't know. Fun little idea. But Jizuke? Even on a brain-dead champion like Malzahar, still roams and makes shit happen. And that's what he did with FlyQuest. Like, bot lane couldn't prep for it, and they just dove and rotated and went. And that Malzahar CC, they got to pay that tax. Like EG's just, like, turning up. Like, they're actually really going at it. And they just, you know, FlyQuest just... they're being rated as something that could have been high, like before, like the new Curse team of the LCS, of just like top 4. But I want them to trade places with Golden Guardians now, honestly, in terms of like how they're scoped and viewed. Like Viper can carry with Riven, but Power of Evil is good stuff, but the rest of it just doesn't play well into each other. Was it Santorin? Like it's got good, like they've got good pieces. It's just, and you know, trees and stuff, but I'm just unconcerned with that team. Just way unconcerned. Yeah, Evil Geniuses are rolling with it. And EG. Beat FlyQuest, lost to CLG, yada yada. Yeah, because CLG ruined didn't feed, so get run over by Broken Soraka. 100 Thieves, though. Meteor's played Impatient. I think they're on their way. I'm really happy to see that Papa Smithy's picks are kind of coming together. Ryoma is, I think he's having really good micro pieces, just dodging away or surviving certain ganks. Uh, his Meteos got so impatient. That was the biggest standout for me for 100 Thieves, is that Meteos was just so impatient. Um, just looking like he was forcing stuff and just getting caught. um, and we got Immortals mostly covered. Just they found the Senna counter and everything. So as is still, solid there. So final piece here is just because this is like as much as TSM is like the biggest name brand, and I'm a fan of like all teams except for like FlyQuest. Like I'm not gonna suck TSM's dick forever and always. It's just that like they have so many fantastic narratives entrenched in them this year, between that, like the equity thing with Bjergsen. I think he should have left instead of stayed, because I just don't. He's been sick, so let's see if like this year he really turns up and like revives his career, because it's on like a slump. It's been on a slump for like 2 years. They break tradition. They have to sort of get back into it. And Bjergsen, had the option to leave and even go back to EU to actually really try to like go do something. Because NA is just not it. Like it's a sad question to ask if Bjergsen is actually overhyped because he's in a dog shit region. And because like I'm not on team like he's been shit forever. It's just that he's got the European mindset, which makes him stand out amongst everyone. And Sven's doing that now in terms of he's just a stark difference to like the regular C9 culture, but he's just winning so hard, and just because European culture is better about team sports because they actually have team sports, like kind of required in their culture with football. And America has sort of fallen away with that, getting real soft on those pieces. So America just like American teams and these American players just have such a soft palate for criticism and discussion, and I think it's what really prevents from us having a really good competitive culture. That's a whole piece. Um, so TSM just has this like run around batch of Bjergsen needs to get more in form, get less sick. Um, Kabe is just consistent. He's no feed issue. Biofrost isn't really looking like he's feeding, but I think he was in the first weeks he was just getting ahead of the play, and they were just trying to get their timing down. Dardoch has not blown up, so we are on day like 30 almost with no blowups from Dardoch. I wish he was on camera more in terms of like the TSM legends, just because he's the most important piece of how the narrative for TSM will go for this split. Like, can he hold it together? Like, has Dardoch gotten himself together to accept failures of his teammates without turning them into the villain? Because I'm very late to the party in terms of watching Breaking Point, but all I saw there was just, and especially with and I don't know if Dom really overshared on that on the crackdown, but like as someone who has not any professional psychological background, but I look at Dardoch's situation as like I see why he's so like quote unquote toxic, and I think it's an overused phrase, but I watched that and lost respect for Loco, but it's also just how he handled it and how I believe I would have handled it. Um, so like getting back to just how this affects TSM, they keep winning, they'll be fine. But Dardoch just still looks like they're fine, and like the whole Dardoch blowing up and murdering Biofrost in his sleep is not there right now because they're doing well and they've got fixed their mid game issues, and Broken Blade's being monstrous yada. But like Dardoch is actually probably the worst performing player right now on the team, because there's just certain points where he is like either out of practice with playing professionally, or he actually has a very different way he wants to play the game, like instinctually, and it's colliding with the natural movements of the team. Like 4 people go this way and 1 person goes that way. And I'm just sort of seeing that in terms of how he's reacting and how he's dealing with certain like retreat moves. Um, and so it's really curious if Dardoch stays. Like, I'm curious if he stays after the split. I don't think that we've gotten to a point where teams will do like trades or acquisitions or big roster changes for summer split. Like, I think it's always sort of like an idea, but it just never happens. So yeah, it's just one of those where if Dardoch doesn't stick around in TSM, I don't think it's gonna be because of his toxicity. I think it's because of just how he'll leave this for the same reason Zix left. Just differences in how they want to play the game. Otherwise, he's not feeding. It's just that there's certain ways that Dardoch is moving around during fights in retreats, and it just makes me uncomfortable. It's weird. Like, next episode I'll do better on note taking and whatnot for all this, and maybe it'll be fixed by then because they're just like TSM's just ramped up, and is just going hog wild. Like, we'll see, but like, I think we'll keep it in the back of our minds whether or not Dardoch's gonna have his standard blow up, or if he's gotten like having the girlfriend and has gotten like some stabilization. And he's in a culture that actually like fits with him in terms of the work culture, because TSM has always had that very disciplined culture of just winning. Because I don't think FlyQuest has that. What was it? Yeah, small but not deadly mistakes. Actually, yeah, that was for Bjergsen. So Bjergsen goes Ornn, and this is, I think, one of the first time Bjergsen goes a tanky mid laner. At least that's really like shining out. And he put me on edge. I think it's because I'm used to seeing Bjergsen like play backline mid laners in a way, or maybe assassins. But I think there's just a certain expectation for the Ornn to get grabbed and melted. And Bjergsen always sort of found like the way to overextend for the win. I got to see check out the highlight. There's a highlight clip, I think, on Reddit where Dardoch is watching the stream, and he identifies just like Bjergsen just understanding the basic of the Q into the Q. It's the river lane where he blows up. What match was that? Fuck. Was that the where TSM versus GG, and that's because he blows up the Zaya. He blows up. Is it FBI? Oh, he blows up FBI, or he might have blown up Globe and Glue. Either way, he just has the great outplay and understanding just the little nuances of Ornn. Of I'm gonna throw the Q down to put the pillar out. I'm gonna dash into that, knock you up, Bellows Breath into the auto, because the auto will actually carry through the flash and just murders the kid. So like, and Dom just loses his mind on just like how much he just shot on, because he redirects the ultimate in like a 90-degree angle basically. So it's just like, this looks like an awkward angle, don't think he's gonna get it, and you're in the air and he's just jumping on your ass. So like, Bjergsen does clean Ornn play, and even I think either gets away with overextending his position and just getting too close for like my comfort, but then the play fucking happens and they win it. Like, so I think, we have Jensen. I think Jensen has a way limited champion pool compared to Bjergsen, because he runs the Rumble, but it just they just had a lost week. So I think Bjergsen's sort of showing he can play tank mids, and they have Broken Blade. Like, and is this the match? Yeah, and this is the match where Broken Blade goes. He just becomes he becomes the monster that we all kind of know he is. Just 7-3-6. They prevent the Mountain Drake from getting taken, and like, Broken Blade's showing that he's got the best Kiana in NA. He just does. Like, there's no questioning it. There's another Kiana played like mid that I've already forgotten, but he just cleanly understood how to play it out, and even outplaying that bubble on Golden Glue's Zoe, who wasn't even that bad. Like, that was a tier 1 top lane dive, and he just knows exactly how to play out the kill him before the bubble activates, and then get out of tower. It's just so just and the what was it? The gank top lane and the Jarvan just throwing on just the gank top lane and just forces both of them away by himself. Like it's the best absorption of pressure because like Impact will absorb pressure and survive under turret. Broken Blade literally uses the Kiana grass twice and just ignores them. Like is just able to just flail, just walk around in that, and just the wave moves or some shit, and they just can't deal with it. Like they can't track him down, they can't chase him, they can't kill him, and he just gets where he needs to go and he just roams and kills, like just 1v1s. And so I think Broken Blade's got the best Kiana in NA, and Bjergsen's shown himself to be the best sort of tank player, tank mid. Like I like to see Froggen do this shit. Because Froggen has yet to pull out still anything other than a control mage and have success. And Dignitas had their week. So anything else? Macro's cleaner and their micro's clean. Kabi's not an issue. Dardark is, I think, a little out of gel. Feels a little out of gel. And Broken Blade's just showing he's the best top laner in NA. Like, and I'm ignoring Licorice because I'm not concerned with focusing on C9 until like there's a proper evaluation of just piece by piece of how they are just dumpstering kids. And at this point we're like 46 minutes in, and my memory for EU is just so shit. G2's still a monster. They beat Fnatic, and Fnatic just got redundant in how they played it out. Mad Lions and Rogue are showing topside. Shulk is still winless, and it just sounds like Shulk is just... I think they could be the shittiest team because it's actually the worst compilation of players and how the players chemically work together. It's kind of one of those where you wish Forgiven was an actually talkative ADC instead of a mute who's like mechanically like prowess in a situation where like Senna is not mechanically demanding. And everything's sort of risen. So like, I don't know. Misfits get their win, and it looks like Misfits may actually like be contending topside of the bracket, just because like, you know, you have the one veteran in Forbidden and a bunch of rookies, and Europe always does this, and I think NA is kind of like finally doing this where they're just like taking gambles on rookies, and it's kind of showing up. But in Misfits might actually like rebound from their history of shit. What else? No other hot takes I can really tell, because I have no notes for EU, so I'm not going to waste anyone's time on that one. Overwatch notes. So, NA predictions. Let's go prediction side now. So, we're going into the future schedule. And go ahead and bring a bright screen for this. So, let's go down the line for NA. So, alrighty, first match, TL Immortals. That's actually a really good question. Is TL... Is Team Liquid, CSGO, no. Oh, should probably do that. They're just showing up everything that's not losing right now. Yeah, they're just hyping up. Yeah, so, because, oh, our league team's shit. Let's not focus on that. I gotta go far for this. Jesus, how far down do I have to go? I don't think they're tweeting out anything. Huh, weird. Well, that's not helpful. Who knows if they're gonna field Broxa. I think Immortals will have their shit together more than TL has shown. So if Immortal, this might be tight. Cause what is that? Soaz, Xmithy. Shit. My memory is so bad. Immortals mid laner. Immortals mid laner. Oh, Ica. So Altec, Hakuho. They could try to shit on Ica. Like if they want to actually play through Jensen and like unleash him. But Jensen, I think I'm just going back to like Jensen on Akali last season, where like he gets it by the end of it, and he's like the most proficient. He's a very proficient Akali, probably one of the best Akalis in NA by the end of last season. But he never pulls it out in Worlds, and still hasn't gotten the Kiana. And BB is showing, and TSM kind of showed it too, with at least in the jungle. But Kiana is quite viable. So like they can still play through. So like, do they get Broxa on? And that will decide sort of how Saturday goes. But even then, like, you have a week of synergy. Like, you have more synergy with Shurnfire, even though you're putting him on just farm duty and don't die. So, like, I'm kind of giving it to Immortals for that matchup. C9 TSM. Unless TSM is really broken through, like, the rest of their gameplay, I think C9 will win that. But I'm going to be screaming for TSM the whole time. Like, if Broken Blade gets the chance, and it's like, explain yourself, but like, if Broken Blade gets the shit on Licorice, like if they give him that, and or Bjergsen's not dead, and like it's just like they have two powerful lanes to play through, and I think Bjergsen can like beat the shit out of Niski, and I think Broken Blade can beat the shit out of Licorice, and Kabe can just, well, can Sven shit on Kabe and Bio. So like, so what's the jungle Blabber versus Dardoch? Is that gonna be a pride match? Because like that should be like top 2 in terms of brain, because Dardoch's making calls now for like their mid game, as if I remember in an interview, is that Dardoch's actually making strategic calls. He's not just running early game strats as the jungler. He's actually bringing in the voice for the mid and I believe even late game calls. So if that's sort of the idea, then you have like TSM by that measure has a better jungler. So like, does jungle difference really play this one out? Because you have top 2 top laners. Like, it's top all across the way except for maybe AD carry and like support. So like, does Sven like take back all the nice thing he says? It's like, no, I'm gonna shit on TSM. Like, I'm gonna make sure I get that 100 KDA. They're not gonna kill me. Or does TSM say like, does TSM like really keep cleaning it up? Because like that's a ban on Kiana. Like going into that match, like you can't give it to him because they'll do either or. And is like the Gragas, because Gragas has now finally come in. Like EU decides and NA is just following them up, so the Gragas is finally there. This will be interesting. I'll be rooting for TSM. Ooh, that upset will be so good. Alrighty, so you have Immortals and TSM. So I think C9 is gonna have the issue of winning so consistently so much, and we're approaching the point of a full round robin, which should sort of equal out to everyone has scrimmed everyone, or the top half has scrimmed all of the top half, and the bottom half has scrimmed all of the bottom half. Ah, oh, jeez. What are the standings? So 6-0, 4-2, 4-2, 3-3, 3-3, 2-4, 2-4. Yeah, so CLG is still bottom side. This is actually really surprising to see. They're so bottom. Oh my gosh. Their neighbors are EG and Golden Guardians. Oh my gosh. It feels like a competitive year though. It feels like a competitive year. Because even GG, they beat TL and they were competitive against TSM. Like the standings don't reflect this out. But everything's sort of like, 3-3, like, 6 teams are at the same, same win-loss ratio with a decent margin, with like with like three. Well, no, with like a 1 game difference. So like it's still quite competitive, and the only reason CLG lost their match was because of just the teleport play. That's the only reason they lost. So like, it feels competitive. Like the league feels competitive. Does this break down? Like, does C9 get their final loss? So Immortals, TSM, CLG, Golden Guardians. I want to give it to Golden Guardians because they've just been better off. CLG is getting their stuff together, but they could also just shit all over it. Once you believe in them, dumpster. Do not believe in the gold. Do not believe in the greatness of CLG. They will be in the dumpster. 100T dig. 100T just made me so nervous last week. They just got crazy. Medios got crazy. Kind of gotta give it to Dig with just the Froggen. Froggen's gonna beat Ryoma in the mid. Huni versus Someday. That's pretty evened out. Johnson, Cody, Aframu, and shit. And Stunt. And Stunt's having a good show too. So, don't care. Calm down, Medias. Calm down. Kinda gave it to Dig. Kinda gotta give that to Dig. Because who'd they lose against again? They lost against C9 and TSM. So, like, that still puts them, yeah, topside. So, yeah. Okay, bye. Can't give that to Dig. Sunday. Dig, Golden Guardian, still Dig. If GG, like, well, no, GG should win that. So, Dig still. So, Dig should have a 2-0 week. TL, CLG. TL should win this. If they don't win this, we got problems. And CLG could look strong, but, like, this is kind of like CLG needs to get these wins. And I don't think they're going to get them. I don't think they're going to get them. And I don't think Brox or anyone on TL is going to be lazy, because, like, Brox is here. We get it figured out now. Like, fucking now. So, like, everyone should be doing and, like, everything like that. TSM should trounce FiQuest. If you lose this. Where are you, bitch? I'm gonna zoom in on your dumb face. Where are you? If you lose this, I'm gonna be fucking mad. Destroy this crap, and let's go. Immortals EG. Immortals should win it technically, and they're getting going. But if you don't hold down Jizuke, it's gonna suck. And I don't think Froggen's gonna be the one to hold him down. Wait, am I missing? I'm fucking that up. Jizuke versus... Oh, Kaika. Yeah, it's Kaika. It's French mid, I think. I don't know. Soaz. Like, by standings, Immortals should win, but... It's EG. Bang. Sven. That's just so weird thing. I still don't see Sven in Immortals. Like, it's such a weird brand shift. Yeah, Sven on Evil Geniuses. Yeah, obviously. Oh, I'm so brain dead right now. Sven on Evil Geniuses. Bang, Jizuke. Zazel. Wish they clearly defined who was where. So Sven, Bang, Jizuke, Zazel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Yeah, it's only top. Wait, yeah. 5, Kumo. Yeah. So... Kind of rooting for Immortals. Kind of rooting for Immortals. Why does he look like his eyes are so sunken? Like, this is the most emo look right here. What the fuck? What the fuck, Soaz? That's bad lighting on you, or you got that photo the moment you came into the States. Like, this is such better lighting for him. What is this? Gosh, go join MCR. What's wrong with you? Ah, bless. Yeah, no one else has that issue. What the fuck? Oh, this is so... Oh. And, yeah, it's pulled from EU. EU is bad photography. Oh, it's such a toss-up. Such a toss-up. Let's go EG. Let's go crazy. Let's go crazy. Let's see if Jizoke will not be held down by Aika. And Jizuki just goes crazy and like murders people. And Soaz doesn't get the teleport outplay. And then 100 Thieves Fly Quest. Feels like a dog match. I'm just gonna... Standings wise... No, I'm gonna give it to 100. Meteos is a smart guy. He's gonna learn he's being retarded. They'll be fine. Ryama's getting his shit together. Somebody's a monster. Cody's... Oh, wait. Bot lane, bot lane, bot lane. Oh, I forget everything. Cody's son, yeah. Yeah, Cody's son, yeah, they'll be fine. Yeah. AGC9, C9's gonna trounce them unless they, like, get their brain broken. And then the evil geniuses take over. But yeah, that's sort of that runabout. EU. Let's just start early with EU. Happy Valentine's Day. Origin, XL, Fnatic, Rogue. Ooh, this will be fun. This will be good fun. G2 should win it, but that'll be a really good match. Misfits should take that, because, like, bottom tier is, like, kind of bottom tier, obviously. Rogue, G2, good match. Good match. Oh, we don't need that. Yeah. So there's a couple of good matches, a couple of tight matches, top of the bar stuff. Yeah, because Misfits on their way back, so this will be good. This will be good. So yeah. Simple little calls, simple little things like that. I think that'll take care of it. So yeah, first episode, really rough. I don't remember a lot. I had big rants over the weekend and a couple of days leading up to this, but my notes are not that extensive. Not that extensive. Need to write more. Write while I watch. Hot takes, things like that. But it's looking like a good year. It's looking like a good year. So, thank you, thank you. I'll see about throwing this. This will be on podcasting as well. Even though I have no idea how well this is going to sound on a podcast. So, thank you. And bye.